Eddie Rahman, kick us off.
Hello.
Yep. Give us an update in terms of your squad. Is Ridvan still missing?
Ritwan is still missing, yes. For the rest, no special things after our last game.
Is his injury looking more long term now?
No, not long term, but he's not fit for this game.
When do you envisage him coming back?
As fast as possible. No, yeah, it's difficult. It's a matter of days. So not weeks. It's gonna not be many weeks, but is it now in a few days or after the weekend? We will see. So that's difficult, to predict now.
How do you reflect on the game on Sunday now?
What I said after the game. So I'm luckily a positive person, but I had in the past some managers who had sometimes nightmares before a game about bad scenarios. I don't think you can have a nightmare like that, to be after 22 seconds behind in an old firm in that way. So that's the biggest blow you can get as a player, as a fan also, in that way, because you're excited about the game and you want to start good. And you get a goal against with a lot of bad luck also, because this ball can go 100 times in the stands instead of going in goal also. So that's a big blow, and my team had needed some time to recover from that. Of course, as an opponent, when you come in an away game and you can start like that, you get a boost. That's also natural, and that's what happened in that game. So I was not happy about this first half. Although we could have scored also 2 goals, we had a good clear chance on a header with Connor. We had a chance with Fabio 2 times in the same action. So we could have scored also our goals, but our play was not as good, and we gave away 2 other chances, not more. One time of Maeda and one time the header of O'Reilly, and the penalty is also extremely unlucky in that way. So you go in half time with a really bad situation, and then you need to switch your mind and to restart again. And that's what I talked about in halftime also. What I was disappointed about and how we had to do it better. What my guys did and what the players did. And in the second half we played a really good game, and we were boss, and we were the best team, and we were creating the chances. And then you have this scenario that you come back 2-2 and directly you get the 2-3. What's another knock? But we react again. We never give up. And that's for me the big satisfaction after this game. So to get so many knocks in an unlucky way also, because if you speak about the goal we get against after 22 seconds, it's really unlucky also that this ball goes in the goal. And the penalty situation is also unlucky, to get the ball on your arm, because you jump and you want to put it back, but it's on your elbow. But those are the rules now. So I said also after the game. In the other way also unlucky, we score a really good goal, and the referee or the VR goes back 10 seconds or something. What's also not always the case, but okay, I said also after the game, I accept. VR make this decision, I accept. So there were a lot of unlucky situations. If then in an old firm you can come back in the last minutes and score like that, and you see your team all second half pushing that hard and creating good opportunities against a good team, where I have a lot of respect for, then after the game you need to be satisfied and happy. And even, okay, I hear the day later, and maybe it's good for you guys to check, but somebody told me it was from 1987, so that's a long time ago. I only have 2 players in my squad who were born that day, or maybe just born. The first time that a team come back after being 0-2 behind in an old firm, or 2-0 behind. So that means my players did something really good in the second half. In the first half, we should have done a lot of things better, We talked about that in halftime and yesterday. But I think getting a goal like that creates also a sort of negative effect. And you see with a lot of teams in the world, the most important thing is that we could switch afterwards.
What does that say about the character of your team going into this run?
There's a big evolution, because these are the same players that a few months ago could never do that. So they've taken a lot of good lessons, and this needs to be in that way a reference game for the rest of their career. If it's here in the Rangers or in another team, this is the mentality you need to be a top player. And it's not an easy thing. Otherwise, it would not have been from 1987 that this has happened.
Another game tomorrow. If the pitch holds up, how hopefully this game will go ahead?
I don't know. It's a crazy situation to go in a top league that you don't know the day before, and we're gonna travel now in half an hour or in 1 hour. That we're gonna travel there, we're gonna stay there in a hotel, and you don't know yet if the game is on tomorrow or not. So that's a really weird situation. Okay, it can happen in extreme circumstances. And I don't think last few years in all the top leagues it ever happened. But now when it's raining in Scotland, there's every time a problem. And it's not that in Scotland normally there are a lot of sunny days. So no, it's a bad situation for the league, I think, and for Dundee themselves also. I don't think they're happy with that situation also.
Do you have concerns for safety of the players on that pitch tomorrow night?
I don't know, because I haven't seen the pitch. I haven't been on the pitch. It was clear when the moment we were there last time that it was dangerous for players, for both teams, and it was not playable. So I will see if it's another situation now. And at the end, I'm not the one who decides. It's the referee who decides this.
Are you hopeful of, if the game is to be called off or called on, are you hopeful of an earlier decision?
Yeah, of course, I want a decision today, because you want to prepare games. But the clubs, both clubs and the federation are on speaking terms about that. Of course, you want not only for us, because you want to prepare games. If it's not possible, you want to see what's the alternative, and then you need to find an alternative elsewhere, because we don't have much time anymore. There's a split next week in the league, so that's also clear. You want an alternative, and then to play as fast as possible, but you need to prepare also. So I think these things give a really bad image to the league, and it needs to be solved in the future that this is not possible anymore.
Is that something that the club have discussed with the league or with Dundee about changing the protocols, the way it works for perhaps next season?
I don't know, because I was not in all these talks. We had a small game on Sunday. To prepare. No, and don't write it in that way, because it's a little bit sarcastic. No, the club has been in talks with Dundee and the league to see that everybody can play a good football game, because that's what everybody wants, what you guys want also, and where the broadcasters are paying a lot of money for.
In terms of Dundee themselves, the team, obviously last time you were up there was a bit of a delay and a great performance, big win, but they've been perhaps a surprise package of the league. Obviously they're trying to win, they want top 6. What do you expect from them in terms of the team itself?
Yeah, they're playing, they're in the battle for this top 6 place, what's a huge thing. They're going full in attack, creating a lot of chances, scoring a lot of goals. They have a manager also with a lot of fire inside of him. So it's a big test to play against them. It's a good team.
Luke, you said you'd rather a decision was made today about the game, whether it's going to go ahead tomorrow. Have you made that? Has Rangers made that clear to Dundee and the league?
I don't know. It's my opinion, of course, because I want to prepare a game. So if we cannot play tomorrow, when are we going to play then? Is it then on Thursday? So If it's on Thursday, I would like to know that today, so we can train tomorrow. If the decision is made tomorrow evening, we have one afternoon, evening, all day in a hotel near to Dundee for nothing. Lost time that you cannot work with the players. So I think it's a logical thing to make a good decision today for everybody. But that's my opinion, my personal opinion, as a manager. And I think every manager has the same opinion about that. I understand that a game is cancelled like last minute or the last hours in special circumstances. Special weather circumstances, something happened. But this is just something that's repeated every time it's raining. Then you can make an assessment today, I think.
Do you think there should be repercussions for a club whose ground continually fails?
No, those are things for people of the board of clubs in all the clubs in the league to discuss. That's not my role. My role is the sportive side and the sportive side of Rangers. So that's not a question for me, I think.
Can I ask you about Roof and Raskin, who couldn't get into the squad at the weekend? Have they still got a big part to play before the end of the season?
Of course, like everybody. Maybe they're in the squad tomorrow. Can be. So that depends of positions, how the opponent is, how we are, the form they show in training, and I didn't have anything to say about that. It's not that they are not performing or not doing their best, but there's a lot of competition. This is Rangers, and this is what we want also, to have competition for spots, and that everybody needs to fight for their spots to be in the team or to be on the bench.
Is Ryan Jack likely to be back before the end of the season?
That's a difficult one. He was on a good way back last week, but then he felt again a bit. So we are looking now for other solution to get him back. So we lost some time there, and so we will see. It's week by week looking at the situation and looking for solutions.
Could you remind us what his injury is?
It's problem with his calves, and it's something that's already there for years. So it's something that needs to be solved well. I'm also not a manager who wants to get a player back for one game and then he's out for 3 months, or he has a risk for the rest of his career. That I don't want also.
In terms of the two longer term ones, Danilo and Cortez, are they done for the season, or is there a chance to see them again?
I think there's a big chance that the season is finished for them, but you never know that if they're ready the last week, and it's necessary that we do that if they are fit. So for them, it's really they're gonna be ready in the really last part of the season. It depends also if you play a cup final or not. That's already 1 week more, and we'll make an evaluation that moment. But it's around that period that they will be fit again. So it's difficult to speak about 1 week or 2 weeks according to that, and then it's to see what the situation is also in the squad and how they are also after their very long-term injury.
Last one.
Well, just one more on the game tomorrow. The Dundee owner, John Nelms, was saying they would want to play the game next week if it's postponed tomorrow. How would you feel about that?
There are talks with the two clubs and the federation about that. So when is the right time to play? But if you want to play in Dundee next week, what's going to happen when it rains next week? Strange for me. So because every time it rains, there's a problem. So those are things for the federation to find a solution, and a good solution for football also, and for fans.
So would you be comfortable going to a neutral stadium to get the fixture played?
Yeah, I think in these circumstances it can be a logical choice.
Thanks, guys.
Dailies?
Thank you.